I got this idea from Call Me Chris, and we're going to read Am I the
A-hole.
stories. So first, we are going to read Am I the a-hole for for laughing at my stepson and ruining his wedding? They say they are not the a-hole. Throwaway, shortened for character count. For context, I've been married to my husband for just over 20 years. We started dating when my stepkids were 5 and 3. Our kids are Adam, stepkid 1, 28, Ben, 26, stepkid 2, Charles, 20, David, 17, and Ellie, 13. Adam is getting married at the end of summer to his fiancée, Alice, 27. We've all been very excited for them. All of our kids have roles in the wedding. Charles is the best man. The other two boys are the groomsmen, and Ellie is our junior bridesmaid. Last weekend, we had a dinner for my husband's birthday. All our kids attended along with Alice. The topic of the wedding came up, and this is where it started to go downhill. Ellie brought up that she was so excited to go dress shopping, and that we all planned to go to a bigger city in a few weeks to get her a dress and me a stepmom of the groom dress. Me a stepmom of the groom a dress. At that, Alice looked at Adam sideways and responded with that we only need to worry about one dress, Ellie's. Ellie kind of laughed and said, "What are you expecting Mom to wear? A suit?" Alice responded with, "My name isn't going. You know we are keeping our guest list very limited to only family and a few close friends." What? Adam and Alice have been to our house numerous times for holidays, dinners, just to say hi, since they've been engaged, and this has never been brought up. Pretty quickly, things escalated. The Cliff Notes version is that Charles asked them to clarify if they were choosing to uninvite me now or if I was never invited. Alice confirmed the latter, so she was never invited to begin with?
Dude, what the heck?
That's not fair. She's your mom.
Exactly.
Albeit stepmom, but still. Why? Adam said it's because I'm not his mom.
Really?
Charles, David, and Ellie argued with Adam and Alice that none of them were going to go if I wasn't invited. That it was cruel to leave me out given I'd been his parents for the majority of his life and loved him like my own. My husband and I admittedly sat there for a minute just F-wording shocked.
Yeah.
Adam finally turned to my husband and said, "Well." My husband told him that he wouldn't be going either. Adam then turned to me and asked if I was really going to let everyone ruin his wedding on my behalf. Here's where I might be the asshole. I just laughed. I don't know what came over me, but the entire thing was just so ridiculous that laughing was the only thing I could get out. I told my husband I'd been waiting in the car and left. I'd be waiting in the car and left. And then promptly bawled my eyes out. Anyways, Charles, David, and Ellie are not talking to Adam. Adam called my husband yesterday to try and smooth things over. He was still adamant I'm not invited, and it's their wedding. He also requested I apologize for laughing at him. My husband told him tough S word. It's their wedding and they can invite whoever they want and they can't control who will actually go. They said they owe me an apology and that Adam should be ashamed of himself. I'm getting texts now asking WTF I did and why I'm being a step monster and ruining the wedding.
Bro,
Am
what?
I the a-hole? No!
Mm-mm.
No, you're not. You are not the a-hole.
Absolutely not.
Oh, there's an update.
Oh.
I am sorry. I had to cut a lot out of character comp for post. When Adam called, my husband did ask him if I had done anything, if it was related to biological mom. She has never gotten along with us. If I had overstepped in a way, Adam says no. It's just they want only family only. Stepdad invited as far as we know. I was a SAHM. I don't know what that means. For most of my stepkid's childhood, and we had 50-50. What's an S? Oh, stay at home mom.
Mm.
My husband always worked a lot, but has been as involved as possible. This is a really healthy marriage.
Yeah.
The house and the child rearing mostly fell to me, though. I love our kids to pieces. I thought we had made it clear from the beginning that I am/was another parent that loves them, not a replacement mom. I feel like this story, from what I read, she's not the asshole.
Mm-mm.
We've never had any issues, and I thought up until now that we were particularly close. Our communication has slowed since he met Alice, but he was calling me about once or twice a week prior to this. Alice and I have gone shopping on occasion, gotten lunch, and I even went with her to the florist for the wedding because her mom wasn't available. Okay, these people are definitely the OP is not the asshole. That's what I'm getting out of this. And Adam got called into work. She's literally went to the florist because the mom wasn't available and the husband got called to work. There has to be something/someone causing an issue, and my husband and I are baffled. Yeah, literally the next comment says, inviting someone who's not invited to the wedding to go floral shopping with you for said wedding is the tackiest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's literally... Number one, she's literally doing everything and helping you. And then you say she's not invited to the wedding? Like, okay. Not the a-hole. That's, yeah, it's up here too. Not the a-hole. That's what I'm getting out of this story. Next one. I'm gonna look for something with drama.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this one is juicy. Would I be the a-hole for... Oh, wait, no, never mind. Would I be the a-hole for canceling a hotel booking I made with people I no longer speak to anymore? No.
No.
Oh no, I found something really dramatized.
Oh no.
Am I the a-hole for calling my husband a disgrace after he said my miscarriage ruined his birthday?
No. Like, that's not your fault.
Oh no. Trigger warning, loss. I miscarried yesterday afternoon about 12 p.m. I've never had a miscarriage before, and this baby was so wished for it, so it's all so fresh, and I'm sobbing right now. So I apologize in advance if this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. My husband turned 27 yesterday. I, 26 female, was pregnant with mine and my husband, 27 male, second child. Yesterday I was about 8 weeks pregnant.
Oh no.
The day before yesterday, we saw a beautiful heartbeat flicking on the screen today. I'm devastated. Okay, this is like really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Today I'm devastated. I was playing with our 2-year-old when I felt a pressure in my lower abdomen. Not long later, I noticed bleeding and let my husband know immediately that I had a discomfort and bleeding. Before long, I had passed what I believe is the fetus,
Oh no.
and I messaged him, I think I lost the baby.
Dude.
This is so sad. Off the bat, I'm saying not the asshole.
Absolutely not. No. Like, if anything.
Oh, the next paragraph's even worse.
Oh.
I'm gonna read the rest of this paragraph. The next paragraph is really sad. I wanted to keep him updated, and I guess I was seeking some kind of emotional support. I asked if he could come over, and he said, of course, if it's urgent. Okay, it's urgent, all right? You just lost your child. I said, I think it's because the pain and bleeding is getting worse, and I'm starting to feel lightheaded, and our 2-year-old is unattended in his playroom right now. We have no friends or family near that I could call who would get to us quicker than he could. This is the next paragraph. It's so sad. I had to clean myself up, crawl down the stairs to get paracetamol. I'm pretty sure that's a painkiller.
Yeah.
Make my son his lunch, and then put him down for a nap.
Dude.
At this point, my husband still isn't home.
What the heck?
He was working approx 30 minutes away and took closer to 60 minutes to get back. He doubled his time. Hours later, when I asked, it's because he stopped at Tesco to pick up some beers.
What the heck?
I ended up very poorly, losing a lot of blood, lightheaded, vomiting, etc. And he had taken me to A&E, emergency care probably. By the time I was discharged, it was almost 8 p.m. Last week, I had said I'd make him his favorite dinner for his birthday.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go to the bathroom real quick because I'm looking at this next paragraph and I gotta go wash my eyes out.
Oh my god, real. Anyways, guys, we have a really cool video coming up soon for the 100 subscriber special. Cannot wait to do that with him. It's gonna be really exciting and it will be Genshin related. So, as soon as possible, we will try and do that video, I swear.
What happened?
I was just telling them about the video special.
Oh, yeah.
The 100 subscriber special.
Oh no.
It's coming soon, we swear.
I said I wasn't. Wait. Last week that's where I was, right? About the birthday dinner. Last week I had said I'd make him his favorite dinner for his birthday, which he reminded me when we were almost home. I said I wasn't feeling up to it and that whatever takeaway he wants is on me. He said for F's sake under his breath, and then he muttered something along the lines of, "This BS has ruined my birthday."
What? She is not the a-hole.
He didn't stop to get any takeaway. He just drove straight home. He put our son to bed and I went to bed, and I'm not sure what he did afterwards. I didn't see him this morning, and as he had already left for work. He's not messaged me all day, and he got home a few hours ago. It's now 8:40 p.m. And he's been giving me silent treatment.
What?
I tried to speak to him about an hour or so ago, and he ignored me, and I called him a disgrace.
What the
He
heck?
slammed the bedroom door and locked me out of the bedroom. His mom has since messaged me and said I need to be patient, as he's also had a loss. She didn't ask how I was or anything. He's obviously speaking to his mom, but why isn't he opening up and speaking to me? She said I was harsh. I'm feeling utterly emotionally neglected right now. My body has been through emotional and physical hell.
Really?
I understand that my miscarriage came as a effing inconvenient time for him, and as it was his birthday and all. I'm not sure if it's the hormones making me feel crazy, but it's nuts to contemplate divorce. Am I the a-hole for calling him a disgrace?
Absolutely not. No.
Your marriage... Okay. OP also said, I also have tonsillitis at the moment, so I'm feeling really tough. How will I know if a fever is from that or from the miscarriage? I currently have a low-grade fever of 37.9 degrees Celsius, about 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Can I have my big box? That big box is mine. It has the Q on it.
But
I used it whenever we moved last time. Sorry. 1 second.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I have to move soon, so
Yeah.
I'm getting stuff ready.
Same here, girl.
What?
Yeah. Remember? You know.
Oh, yeah.
Misty Sky 199 said, and she's an asshole enthusiast. Important, you are still at risk of infection at this juncture. It's dangerous for you. Monitor your bleeding and temperature. Your marriage is over. How long you stay with him is up to you. But this man is neither husband nor father material. He cares more about his wants than you or your child's need. It's took a crisis like this to show who he really is, not the asshole. I'm so sorry you are going through all of this. I agree. He spent 30 extra minutes taking beer. He was picking up beer from Tesco.
Like, dude, no. Get out of there.
Yeah, you should leave. If you're watching this, please leave. This is not fair to you.
When was this posted? Because they've probably already moved out.
19 hours ago.
Oh. Definitely not moved out then.
It's recent. Everyone agrees. Everyone agrees. Everyone is like, he's a terrible husband. Blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Not the asshole.
No way. No way.
Let me find another one.
Dude, these videos are so entertaining.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously, this is not a good thing. Like, none of these situations are good.
So, just to kind of get an overview of things here. There's nothing, I think that, well, hold on. I think that was Julie's.
Yeah.
So she's probably not going to keep it. I think everything else is ours.
found a really bad one.
I'm listening.
Am I the asshole for pretending to be cheap?
Off the bat, that sounds like a yes.
I know it's an odd question, but it's one of those few that actually concerns me enough to ask about. Here's a brief background. I was born into a family of takers. Not just immediate family, but extended family as well. I retired early and actually had to have enough money to live on for the rest of my life. But if anyone in my family realized I actually had money, I never hear the end of requests. Okay, reading the first paragraph, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
I
In
live
the beginning, I would have said yes, but hearing the paragraph, no.
I live simply. I don't have to do so, but that's what I prefer. I'm always trying side hustles. My family thinks it's because I'm broke, but it's just to fill my hours now that I'm retired. I ignore my mother's financial ruin, my brother's obvious growing issues of overspending, and my cousin's destitute life. Wow.
Wow.
I could fix them, or at least make things a lot better from them, for each of them. I just don't.
I mean, yeah.
The only time I've shown generosity has been Christmas. I ignored everyone but my niece and nephew. I actually got both of them something nice and that I knew they wanted. But I also got them a bunch of cheap stuff from the thrift store, so it made everything look cheap. They assume I got the good stuff from a thrift store as well. The kids were thrilled. The adults made remarks about me being cheap behind my back. Well, what they thought was behind my back. They're fairly loud. Does this make me an asshole to not help anyone and not give anything to anyone except the kids? I'm just not sure. Okay, if you're watching this, listen. It's basically their fault for spending a lot.
Yeah. It's their fault. They shouldn't be using that much money all the time. Like, you have...
Yeah. If your brother has an obvious issue of overspending and it's becoming bigger, he needs a lot of help, number one. And if your mother is in financial ruin and stuff,
Yeah,
I feel like she brought that upon herself. You could help them, but like, we don't have much context here, but if they're being mean to you, stay in your spot.
Yeah.
Because you are not the asshole here. NTA. I live simply, but not always frugally, as there are a few things I like that are expensive. I just tell family no when they ask for money. That old Reddit expression is true. No is a complete sentence. One thing I don't do is pretend, because I just can't be bothered to put that effort into it. Or the follow-up response. What part of no do you not understand?
Here is a white trash bag.
Yeah, everyone's like NTA. So, yeah. Oh no. Oh no. No.
Uh-oh.
This was 3 days ago.
Oh, God.
Am I the a-hole for telling my flatmate? Flats are like, if you don't know what they are, they're like apartments, but you have a whole floor. For telling my flatmate her boyfriend can't basically live with us rent-free.
Yeah. No, you cannot have them live with you rent-free. It's unfair to you.
Exactly. Me, 19 female, and my flatmate, 22. Okay. Number one, you're 19.
So,
Off the bat, I'm saying not the a-hole because you're 19. You shouldn't have to deal with 3 people.
yeah.
Have been living together for nearly a year.
Damn.
Y'all have been together since she was 18 when they moved in.
Dang.
It was all fine until like 3 months ago when her boyfriend started staying over more. At first, it was just weekends. Now it's basically every night he eats our food, uses our stuff like electric, gas, etc., and takes up the bathroom forever. But he doesn't pay a single penny. I asked her if he could maybe pay towards bills or at least not be here every single night. She got super defensive and said I was being petty and jealous. Like, babes, what? Now things are awkward and she's super blunt with me. Am I actually being an a-hole for not wanting a third roommate who pays nothing? No. Number one, you've been handling this house since you were 18, which is something...
Really young, honestly.
Yeah, something none of us could ever do. It's really hard to handle 3 people. And, he's using your stuff. He's using your food, which costs money, electric, gas, etc., which costs money, and bathroom forever. Water bills are gonna skyrocket. He needs to pay. Unless
Pay
you
up, buddy.
And then I'm gonna read some of the comments. Until you sort out what your lease allows, I'd separate the food if needed, lock your up, and if in... Oh, wait. She's saying I'd separate the food and if needed, lock yours up. If it's feasible, get your own little refrigerator and keep it in your room. Look at your utility bills and compare the usage change. Not the asshole, and this isn't fair to you since you didn't sign up to have a third flatmate. Yeah. She's like, my thoughts exactly. This story is not the asshole. Easy. What's the next one? I'm gonna look. I found one that's 2 hours ago. Do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long one, too.
Oh, great.
And, okay, this will be the last one.
Alright,
for
y'all,
this.
buckle up. We're in for a bit of a ride here.
And this is the last one we're gonna do. And then our special surprise.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for canceling Easter?
What?
Oh, this is gonna be hot tea. No, I don't need that. My mother-in-law, Susan, and my sister-in-law...
always Susan, I swear.
And my sister-in-law, Megan, my husband's brother's wife, do not get along. Apparently, they used to, but at some point after having kids, things got strained between them, and they've had a negative relationship for years. After a year-long battle with breast cancer,
Oh, God.
Megan's mom passed away a few months ago.
Oh.
Unexpectedly, her father passed away in the same weekend.
Oh, my God.
The loss. It's been a really hard
The
time.
amount of loss.
Yes.
Dude.
It's been a really hard time for Megan and my BIL brother-in-law, and my husband and I have offered to help in any way we can.
Yeah.
Susan was snowbirding, vacationing down south for the winter, migrating basically, when the deaths occurred. Even though she's known Megan's parents for 15 plus years. Oh wait, Susan was snowboarding, sorry. She didn't come back for the funerals
Oh, my God.
and sent
Get
a
out.
condolence
Honestly, get out.
and sent a condolence card a month after the funerals took place.
What the hell?
She never called Megan directly, only spoke to BIL about anything going on and passed messages through him. Other borderline shady things have happened since the funerals, but this is the straw that's breaking the camel's back. Yesterday was Grandparents' Day and at my nephew's school. They both had expressed they weren't sure if they even wanted to go to school, but since students signed up to go, the kids decided they would go too. Megan is a teacher at this school, which is
Oh
small.
God.
Oh no, Susan didn't say a word to her the entire day. Megan went to my nephew's classroom to check on him and found Susan had taken both kids home with her 30 minutes prior without saying a word to Megan. This is a prime case of child kidnapping. I need to arrest. Let's continue. Susan taking them was planned, but having to find out from your coworker that your children are gone is not something you'd expect. Megan texted Susan to ask what happened, and Susan said Megan was talking with someone else, and she didn't want to bother her, so they left. Megan pushed back, saying Susan never came over to her classroom, and she shouldn't be taking the kids without telling her. Susan then claimed she was doing Megan a favor, so she shouldn't be upset.
What?
My husband and I are furious with Susan. Obviously. Not only is she normally annoying with her animosity towards Megan, but her parents just died. And this was a tough day. A day her parents would normally have been at the school to see their grandkids. Because mind you, it's Grandparents' Day. We are supposed to go to Susan's for Easter tomorrow, but I want to cancel. My husband doesn't think we should get in the middle of it, but I'm in the mindset that someone needs to stand up for Megan and put Susan in her place.
Yes.
I truly don't think she's going to stop treating Megan poorly until she starts facing some consequences for her actions.
Yes.
There are so many more details I could dump into this to start how crazy Susan is towards Megan, but I don't want to make this any longer than it is. So am I the asshole if I cancel Easter and stand up for Megan? One more story. Update. At Christmas, Susan made 2 lasagnas for dinner. One for Megan's house who hosted, and one for the rest of us to eat at Susan's house. She made us all leave Megan's at 2 p.m. and go to her house without Megan, brother-in-law, kids, so she could have her own Christmas.
What?
Holy crap. This is absolutely nuts. Oh. So there's a person who says just celebrate Easter at your house without your mother-in-law, and have Megan and BIL bring the kids over. Oh no. As one who has been the Megan of your story. Not the asshole if you take action to stand up for the Megan in your life. I wish someone in my family has done so for me, besides my husband. Staying civil with Susan is making you a silent bystander who is allowing someone you care to be mistreated. Everyone's saying not the asshole. It's essential you take action in a way that's clear that Susan is being excluded due to her behavior, and she will not be excluded until she changes her behavior. Oh, and she will not be included. Sorry. Through text is a good, because you have written documentation of exactly what you said. I second what others have said. Definitely still celebrate with your own family, hubs, and kids, and bring BIL plus Beggin plus kids over and have a lovely celebration together.
Yeah.
Also, your MIL sounds very immature.
Seriously.
All adults involved may benefit from books like Adult Children with Emotionally Immature Parents, available through your local library, most likely. It especially may open your husband's eyes as to why this behavior is highly inappropriate and very hurtful. Everyone will probably find a lot of comfort and support in that book. Best of luck to you all. Everyone said NDA, not the asshole.
Alright, y'all.
Surprisey time.
Special announcement. Even though I already said it. I'm gonna reiterate it. In case you've forgotten with all the drama.
We are releasing a new channel.
Yahoo!
It's a theory channel, and we already planned our first video. It'll be coming out in a few.
We don't have an exact date release for it because we haven't
Yes.
filmed it yet. But
Yes.
when we do, we will try and post as soon as possible.
Yes, and we'll post a premiere too.
Yeah!
It'll probably be along with my 100 subscriber special, but yeah. Okay, well, that was the video.
Yeah, there you go.
Bye bye.